What's cracking, everybody? This is the iLLogical Sense podcast, episode number 37. It's me, your boy JC No Huts, here with my boy Mr. Busby.
Hell yeah!
And beautiful Miss Yvanna Mama.
What up, world?
And before we get into our show today, we want to start off on a serious note. We want to send prayers out to everybody in Syria. We want to send prayers out to everybody in Egypt with what occurred on Palm Sunday. We also want to send prayers out for the family and the community at the school in San Bernardino. Unfortunately, there was a school shooting there, so we want to send prayers out to them. On a brighter note, Dylan Wolf, the idiot that went in and killed 9 people at the church, just got sentenced to 9 consecutive life sentences. So, congratulations, you stupid
ass
motherfucker.
Whole ass nigga.
And, so let's jump right into this, man.
Well, Kendrick didn't drop. Actually, the episode went down last week.
It did.
It went down for a good 2 hours. I woke up, I was feeling great. But we're in the middle of another retrograde, so when I woke up, my phone was off. Well, it started again. It's another Mercury one. Yep. Anyway, woke up.
Retrograde.
Yeah. Anyway, I woke up and my phone was dead, and I was like, "What the fuck? Why is my phone dead?" So I was like, "Whatever." So charged it. Excuse me. Charged it. I'm gonna check the podcast, see how it's going. I go on to SoundCloud. The episode ain't there. I'm like, why isn't the episode there? Whoa, who's am I getting punked? What the fuck? So I go and outside and look at my email, and I see a little email from SoundCloud like, "Hey, iLLogical Sense, just to let you know, Universal Music Group took down your episode because you were playing Kendrick Lamar's Humble, and it's copyright issue, so we had to take you down. If you have an issue with that, put your hand, let me talk."
No. I'm going to just put it out there. You got greedy.
Yeah, I don't give a damn if I got greedy.
You got greedy.
How many times he played that?
Had you just played it the one time when we were talking about the song, and then said, "This is also my soundtrack of the week," we probably wouldn't be dealing with this. But you got greedy, man.
You greedy.
Then went into the soundtrack section and was like, "I'm going to play this shit again because it's fire."
It was fire.
Drake stands to say something about me.
Well, I guess Universal felt a type of way, or TDE, or whatever, so they took it down. So I had
fault, man. It was your fault.
Well, fuckers fuck up, fuckers fuck up. Players fuck up. Players fuck up, so I had to do a little ending, and, still, I blame this on one person. Jed York.
Of course.
How you?
Jed York.
Everything.
You took the blame and then just passed it off to Jed York?
Exactly.
That's how we doing things now? Okay.
Yeah, it was Jed York who left his post from getting ready from the NFL draft.
Yep.
And said, "Hey, that group there.
That little whole ass nigga that disses me every damn
day. The
day.
one who calls me out every single time, and the one that used to be a Niners fan but converted over to the Raider Nation. Him. Them. Take their shit down now. It's all Jed York's fault. Huh?
Yep. That's how it goes.
All right. Well.
So, besides that, I was thinking, you know what? It's cool. April 7th is going to come, and we're going to listen to some new Kendrick Lamar. April 7th came.
And we listened to Joey Badass.
Anyway, like I was saying, April 7th came, and I go on, Apple Music, and all I see is just a black cover art, and it just says, album. And Kendrick Lamar, and then track 1, track 2, track 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then track 8, Humble, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'm like,
hey, you know what? To be fair, you can't. Hey, Top Dog was honest. They asked him what were the tracks. He said track 1, track 2, track 3, and track 4.
See,
you can't take it away from him.
Now, I was kind of disappointed because I was really hyping myself. Yes, kind of. I was kindly disappointed. I was kindly disappointed.
You had reached that level of pistosity.
Nigga, you hyped me up too. We were all hyped. You said, "I'm going to take the day off. I can't wait for this shit."
Yeah, as soon as it didn't drop, I drove my ass. But I wasn't pissed.
It's like, well, I guess I'm going to drive.
Exactly.
So, yeah, and pretty much fans were low-key pissed off because they were just like, well, Kendrick said April 8th. Well, I'm going to make an educated. It's April 7th. So I'm gonna make an educated guess on what I think happened because he tweeted out the Humble video again. I think on April 7th, Humble was supposed to drop because the week before, the what's it called? The cover art leaked out and shit like that. So I'm thinking Humble was supposed to drop on the 7th, and then the album was gonna come out on the 14th. But TDE didn't want to make things clear. They didn't want to communicate with the fans, so they just wanted to build the fucking hype for it. And then Top Dog comes out and goes like, "Well, Kendrick, I'm the one that says it. Kendrick didn't say it. Yeah, it doesn't matter. April 14th." Shut up.
Have one other theory.
What?
They probably didn't get one last sample cleared by then.
That too.
And they just, once it got cleared, it was already the 6th, and you can't, once that happens, you have to give it a certain amount of time to put the album up. So that could have happened as well.
That too, but they could have made it clear.
But one thing was clear.
April 14th.
No. One thing was very clear. And one thing what I was trying to tell you.
They never
Kendrick
said.
never said, I'm
Never
dropping
said.
an album April 7th. He just said, get y'all shit together.
For a pre-order?
It's like you said. Something could have happened where it got screwed up, where the video was supposed to drop. To the visuals were supposed to be like, oh my god, okay, here we go. And then, along with the visuals, was the pre-order. But, like you said, something must have happened where they just put it out the same day the song
They could have made it clear. That's all I'm saying. It's a principle. Just make it clear.
It's easy to get
And pistosity.
like that. But it's easy to get bamboozled into thinking, well, you lied to me. But nobody lied. They didn't say anything. They didn't say an album was getting dropped. And like I said, Top Dog, when they asked about the tracks, he did say track 1, track 2, track 3, and track 4.
Well, when it got uploaded to Tidal, or not even uploaded to Apple, I guess if you do some little secret shit, you see the production credits, and Mike will...
It's secret shit.
I don't know. You do some shit on
Some
Apple.
Reddit shit.
Some Reddit shit. Yeah, so apparently Mike Will has production on like a few tracks. Soundwave is on it. Ninth Wonder actually produces the last track, according to what it said.
Which is dope, because the last time I remember him being on a Ninth Wonder production was on the Wonder Years. Ninth Wonder's album.
So it's been a minute. So, and some must come out on Reddit. I guess it kind of went viral, kind of, but on it, someone had the cover art, and it was red, and it had like a whole bunch of shit on it, but it's called The Other Community. That's what it's called. And it's like, and when you look at the track listing, it's split up into 3 parts. That's what I saw. And
Are those things
the same shit
real?
the same shit that happened with the Pimp a Butterfly. The cover art came out, and it came from the same user.
I'm gonna tell you what I did on Friday or Thursday night.
You listen to Joey Badass?
I got ready for the album to drop, and then as the day kept progressing, I was like, there's a chance it's probably not gonna come, because Top Dog hasn't tweeted anything, and it's not like Top to not tweet the day before an album drops for whatever TD does. So I'm looking at them like, it might not, but we'll see. And then it came around 8, and then the link for the album came up, and it was just the pre-order, and I was like, yeah, all right. So I just started adding albums in, and then I finished watching season 4 of the Boondocks.
See, the season that doesn't exist?
The season that does exist.
Why did you watch that?
Okay,
Why did you watch that? Why?
Here's my thing on that. I did not watch season 4 aside from the first episode. I didn't watch it because I was like, this is so confusing. They don't know if they want to make Chris Brown's character a scapegoat, or if they want to make him like a fallen hero or whatever. Like, and then their one-liners just weren't funny.
Because Aaron McGruder wasn't part of it.
We know the backstory of it. He left to go do Black Jesus.
I know.
So I figured last week, I was like, hey, what the hell? Let's just watch and let's just see how bad it was. And I'm usually one to give you the facts straight up and not dive into hyperbole like many people do. This shit was fucking garbage, man.
Trash. It's so bad.
10 episodes, and I probably chuckled 8 times total. And when I mean chuckled, like not like those ha ha ha, like it was just yeah. And when Granddad sold them into slavery, I chuckled at that. Not
You
because
chuckled
it was,
at that?
Not because it was funny,
Yeah.
but because after it, I chuckled and I said, they actually did this shit.
I was
after he
so
left.
pissed when that happened. I was so pissed that made me not watch it no more.
And so they did that, and then of course they focused all on. It was just like a running line. We're just gonna focus on Granddad being broke. So the whole series, the whole rest of the season, and then what was the 7th or 8th episode when they actually had to play slaves?
Yeah,
At
that
the amusement, I was just like, wow, this is
that whole season was
so
just...
far gone from what happened in season 3. It's
So you just watched Boondocks.
no, I watched season 4.
Season 4, the season that doesn't exist.
I watched the whole thing.
Well,
And then the last one, I was just like, there's no proper ending to this. It just
That's why season 3 is the last season to me. So that happened, and then Joey Badass dropped, right?
And Joey Badass dropped, and I was like, all right, cool. So I got something to listen to on the next day, which was Friday.
Well, that's a good
When
subway.
Walk, so when I'm on walk, and man, let me tell you right now, my phone blew the fuck up.
Oh yeah, welcome to my world.
Well, we're gonna get to the review, but fast forward to after I finished listening to it. I was finishing my walk, and I had tweeted out, "Yo, this is a quality project on first listen." And then I also tweeted out, and for those who wasted their time pretty much calling Joey a sellout, which they did for how devastated it sounded, I put the gif of DJ Khaled, "You played yourself."
Okay.
Well, Joey got a hold of it, retweeted, and my phone was
he did.
gone. It was dead.
Yeah, I remember when you posted in the group chat. I'm like, RIP to my mentions, and I was like, "Yep, let me help you some more," and retweeted it.
And I was like, "Oh, you."
Curb stomp that motherfucker.
But yeah, listen to the album, and I must say, this is rebellion music at its finest.
Yeah,
it's great music, and you can tell the growth in it too. There's a lot of growth from before the money. There's actually a lot of growth when you go back to 1999 to Summer Nights.
I'm a fan of 1999. I love that one.
Summer Nights was great. And then you go to Before the Money, and then there's only a few artists I could say, as far as rappers go, where they progressed every single project. He's one of those.
Oh yeah,
and he's completely. You can tell in his tone, he sounds more comfortable on this, and which was funny because I heard his interview with on Shady 45 later that evening, where he was saying, this is the first album I did that wasn't for me. It was just a reflection of what I was seeing all of us go through.
Yeah.
And I made this for us. And so from that standpoint, it's like, so as a man, you're growing, and it's showing artistically. I mean, there's 12 tracks, and I mean, I was into all 12 tracks. I mean, even the ones that kind of dove off a little bit, you can still vibe with it.
Yeah.
Go along with it.
For My People was dope.
Yeah.
The Schoolboy Q Rockabye Baby, that shit was raw. And Legendary with Cole, that was dope.
Super Predator with Styles P. They were spitting.
They were all, man. Joey Badass could spit his ass off, man. No,
definitely. Yeah. I felt Temptation was probably the most important one because of the sample clip, which was the little girl. What was it? The City Hall or whatever.
City Hall meeting.
The meeting where it was after. It's so unfortunate because so many people, young men of color, have just been gunned down by police. Yeah. I don't even remember which one it was, and it took place afterwards. But she's pouring her heart out, crying, and we don't get treated the same. It's not fair, and it just added so much to that song. Where it was like, I actually kind of stopped. I slowed down walking just to hear what he was saying.
Wow.
He was dissing that whole ass nigga in office a whole lot on the album. Oh yeah, he was.
I enjoyed the album. I felt like it took me back to like 90s.
Yes.
90s hip hop. It felt really Biggie type of vibes with 2017 shit going on.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my favorite track was the last one, American Idol.
Yeah.
Towards the end.
American Idol, yep.
Yeah, American Idol. Towards the end, I just had to stop. I was driving, I had it on, and then he was just talking / spitting, and I was just like, geez, this is like some real shit, giving me a whole lesson on what's really going on, What other song I liked? Ring the Alarm.
Yeah, that was dope.
I liked about Ring the Alarm? On every single one of his projects, he has the group song.
Yeah.
The crew song.
Yep.
He has that. I love that about hip-hop when you're a big collective and you still pull 3 or 4 guys out the collective, if not more, and you guys do the quote-unquote official pro-era song for the album. To me, that's dope.
Oh, yeah.
So as soon as I saw Nick Caution and Kirk Knight on there, I was like, oh, for sure.
For sure.
Shout out to Michi Darko on that, too.
Yeah, that was my favorite song on the
that was a good one.
That was easily.
The album gotta grow on me. I mean, like I said, it's a good album. Maybe I just gotta be in the mood for it. I listened to it like once or twice all the way through, and what I heard, it was dope.
It's heavy content.
Really is. It's dope.
There's some heavy content.
Like Joey Badass, like you said, he really came into his own on this project.
Yeah.
And for that, I give him props for that. I might actually go out and buy it. Physical. I'm a physical person. I like getting CDs.
Right.
So I'm one of them old school people. So when my kids see them CDs, they're like, what is this, Dad? It's called a compact disc. A what? Go to your room, listen to shit. But shout out to Joey Badass. And I guess now that's another Subway. Fucking last week we were talking about 13 Reasons Why. And you were barely starting it. You didn't start it. And I guess right now social media is finally jumping on the bandwagon now. So
spoiler alert.
So if y'all listening to this right now, y'all should just turn it down or just start fast forwarding because we are about to spoil the shit.
The ending was fucking trash.
She dies.
Oh, kind of knew that at the beginning.
Oh, you kind of knew that in the beginning.
It was very clear what was going on at the beginning of the series.
I just wanted to say that.
That was not a spoiler.
Just wanted to say that.
Look, man. Okay.
Okay, who wants to start?
I'll start this off. The first 10 episodes, everybody here agrees. It grabs your attention.
Oh, yes.
You're locked in. You're like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? And then it gets to Clay's tape. And then you're just like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
To you.
Seriously. No. Let's break.
What's your issue with that?
Let's break some shit down, okay?
Okay.
Oh damn! He's about to preach today. This some bullshit.
It is definitely some bullshit.
That's life.
You mean to tell me Sherry, of all people, couldn't just call the fucking police and say, "Hey, the stop sign's down. Send somebody out here quick." But instead, panics is like, "No, we're not calling anybody. You know what? Get out the car. I'm leaving. Bye." And then it leads to Jeff's death.
Yeah.
And then they blame him for drunk driving when it was clear he had beers 2 hours earlier and wasn't drunk. He was just making a store run for everybody. Like, seriously? Then we get to this motherfucker Zach.
Was he doing store run? Because I thought it was empty bottles.
Because when
there was empty bottles on the set.
Well, remember when Clay was about to leave and he goes, "Hey Clay, you're gonna leave?" And he goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "Just stay. Just come with me to the store run real quick. I gotta make a run." He's like, "You sure? You've been drinking?" He goes, "No, I had 2 beers earlier."
Oh, okay.
But all throughout the show, I figured he was dead because he was only showing up
when he was doing
tutoring. Right. Yeah. And in the beginning, they also mentioned, this is our second tragedy in a month or whatever. So I was like, oh, he's dead. And I got pissed off at Busby. So I texted him, I was like, "Why'd you tell me this motherfucker dead, man?" He's like, "Wait, what? Who? Jeff? Who?"
Jeff Hardy. I was like, Jeff Hardy.
Like, oh, no. 13 Reasons.
I was just like, I can't tell you nothing. Keep watching. I can't spoil shit for y'all.
This is that. Number 2. She's watching Jessica get raped and just choked up in the damn closet. Like, you can't even just rush out to let it be known that you've seen the shit and then run downstairs. He's raping her. He's raping her. Like, you can't say anything. Like, what? Seriously?
Yeah, that was weird. I felt the same way. I was like, why can't you just yell or scream?
He gets this motherfucker Zach, the basketball player.
Yeah. The Asian one?
Yeah. The only thing he did wrong was not reply to her note. And you feel the need to have to hide the fact that there's actually somebody who committed multiple crimes on these tapes. Mm-hmm. And you're going to go to bat, and not necessarily go to bat for him, but be so silent that you end up protecting him as a rapist.
Right.
You're seriously going to do that?
It got to be a little too much at one point. Yeah, and it's then, like, why
honestly,
are you...
Honestly, what pissed me off, even, like, this was when this happened, I was like, you know what? All these kids can just kill themselves. I don't give a shit anymore. This is how bad it got.
Wow. I guess,
That's a lot right there.
At this.
Okay, what?
Because the whole series, we were made to believe... What was Derek Luke's, the teacher's name?
Diddy. No.
Yeah, thank you. Diddy. Yeah, take that.
Anton Fisher. I forget his name.
Well, you better get this needle. Take that.
I forget his name.
I forgot Mr. Porter.
The whole series, we're made to believe Mr. Porter did something so fucked up that made her want to kill herself. Because you're like, what did he say that made her just want to just not do it? We see the scene play out, and he literally laid it out. There was nothing he could do unless she told him the name. And he said, "I want to help you. But I can only do so much without a name." And when she opted not to give the name, what's the alternative? Well, we got to move forward because I can't press. And
No. See, he should have called her mom. He should have called somebody and not let her just go on the rest of the day.
Definitely should have called. But
it's his fault.
It is not his fault when that's... You mean to tell me
I guess you can't press charges, but you're going to cost...
You mean to tell me somebody rapes you and you see them rape your friend and all of a sudden you're just mute? Silent?
No, I'm talking about Mr. Porter calling her mom.
He could have did that, yes. But regardless of what he could have did, we're made to seem like he just said something to her where she was like, "Screw it, I'm done with life."
It was the last day of life for her. That was the time when she said, "I'm going to give life one more time," and shit was happening back to back to back, and then that was the icing on the cake.
He gave her options, like, I can do something for you
if you give me a name, right?
So even telling her mom probably wouldn't have never done anything if they still didn't get a name. They still would have been witch hunting at that point. Who did it? Because she's not going to give up a name. And then when she walks out and she goes, deep down, I wanted you to come after me. Yeah. At that point, I was like, just slit your damn wrist.
Damn, bro.
I don't care.
Damn.
Use your fucking words, man. Don't wait on people. Like, come on, man. Like, those 2 episodes
just pissed you off.
Pissed me off to the point where I was like, I don't care. I will say this, though. When I saw what the hell...
Damn.
I don't care.
I don't care. Die. Shut up and die.
The photographer kid's name.
Justin? No.
Justin was a bitch ass nigga.
Not Jeffrey.
He was. How the hell you get punked out and let your best friend rape your girl?
I didn't get that.
And then protect him. None of this shit
I didn't get when he just left. He was drunk, and then
he gonna cry on the floor.
No, he gonna cry on the floor, right?
And his reasoning behind it, I swear to God, I wanted him to get shot on screen. His reasoning behind it was so fucking retarded. You know, they took me in when my mom was fucked up and everything. They bought me shoes, 4 pairs. I didn't even have to ask.
Loyalty. That's what it was.
They bought you 4 pairs of shoes, so you think it's okay to just let this dude go rape your girl and then lie to your girl as if everything's all cool? Come on, man. I couldn't even call it white people issues because there's 4 black people that were mixed up in all this.
Can I? What happened when Justin left his girl? Why did he leave? Why did he leave his girl and leave her in the room?
She was drunk.
She was too drunk.
Because she was too drunk. So she left, and then they had a conversation. He was like, "What did the other dude say to
Justin?"
Justin?
He's like, "Oh, she's drunk in there," and he's like, "Oh, for real?" And obviously he has in mind.
Whole ass Bryce.
And he let him.
Well, they had an argument or fight, or whatever, and then he overpowered him.
And
he's like,
threw him out.
Hey, well, but whatever the hell he said. That, oh, she's just a summer fling, anyways. Who cares?
Okay. And then that's when that was...
And he just
because he didn't do anything, he let him... He just
stayed on the floor. Well, no, this wasn't only that. Not only did he not do anything, he then knew that he raped her and then lied to her about it.
How did he know that he raped her?
He just knew. He saw it. He went. He knew what he was doing.
He was outside the door.
And he was crying.
Crying like a little bitch.
Damn, that must have been when I was like damn near falling asleep or something, because I don't remember that when he was like outside of the door listening.
Yeah, he heard it. Yeah. He saw it.
Oh, okay.
And then lied to Jessica and said it was them 2 that had consensual sex. Mm-hmm. They were both drunk. Mm-hmm. At that point, I was like, "Yo, you too, man. Don't even slit your wrist. Like, I hope they hang you."
So pretty much,
I think they were just basically trying to say that he's just messed up already.
And they're teenagers too.
Well, who's the photographer kid?
I forgot his name. I know you're talking about something. No, Dylon. Let's call him Dylon.
I don't think it was.
Just call him Dylon. We don't know the name.
He had ISIS artillery in the
for real
in the bedroom.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, so there's going to be a
school
season
shooting?
2. I was like, there's going to be a season 2 for that for sure.
And then
what led me to believe there's going to be a season 2 is
the ambulance.
Somebody
got shot in the head.
Justin got shot in the head.
No, not Justin. Who's the other kid?
Alex.
Yeah. After he shot himself in the head, whatever photographer kid, he goes into the dark room and he takes Alex's picture down, but all the other pictures of all the kids are up. And I was like, season 2.
Yeah.
He will shoot the damn school.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What are your thoughts about it, Yvanna?
I thought it was a really good show. I thought that we needed to see that, because I feel like after watching that, I'm going to treat people better.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I feel like we could just be so mean sometimes and don't really realize how that can affect somebody. And
the message was good. The way it ended was.
Yeah.
I seriously did not give a shit.
I wasn't too critical about it, because at the end of the day, it's just a.
Whatever gets the message out,
but the message is definitely there.
Being in film, I was like,
you know what you should have done?
You passed this script.
It's
you should have. It's a book. You should have read the book.
I understand it's the book, but they went into a lot more detail in this series with the characters than the book does.
Because the book is only based on one day.
Right. The book is just gives you the facts. This is what happened. That's it. There's no understanding why the kids did it.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, okay, now you have the perfect opportunity to explain everything, and this is the shit you come up with? Yo, you writer who wrote this, you slit your wrist too. Shit, I don't give a damn. This is trash. So pissed off with it, because it was such a great message. Just gets blinded by stupid shit.
Well, for me...
Damn.
Damn. So
that's just the artistic person in me going off.
Well, for me, when I take the show for what it was, or for what it is, or whatever, it was a pretty good show. Now, granted, did the kids do some stupid shit? Should have Hannah came out when the old boy was getting raped? In hindsight, of course she should have. But at the end of the day, you don't know. You can't, when you're in that situation, you see the shit go down. We can all say the woulda, coulda, shouldas and shit. But when you're in that situation and you're fragile like that, she was probably just in shock.
And she was drinking, right?
She was buzzed, drunk, or whatever. But, she was just in shock. And the one episode that got me a little bit was when Clay was listening to his tape. And
it was too much suspense for that. And then it was just like, oh, Clay, you're such a good person.
But yeah.
I knew what the hell was going to happen. Like, you're like, oh, it's the Clay tape, yeah, pay attention. And I was like, before I even watched it, I was like, I know what the hell's going to happen.
I just said, just keep watching, motherfucker. But
I called it straight up. I was like, they going to kiss, make out, they probably going to take the next step, and she's going to give in to the seduction until she has flashbacks of every dude that did her wrong, and then she's going to take it out on him. And sure enough,
that's what happened. But then when you heard what she was saying, like, "Oh, you're a good person, you're kind, you don't deserve to be on this list," but low key, you kind of were the reason why I died too. Like I was like, "You fucking bitch!"
She fucked him up in the head.
Hell yeah, she said I would have ruined you, and I was like, "You already did ruin him. Motherfucker was gonna kill himself too." But all around, I enjoyed the show for what it was, and I'm like part of the minority that actually liked the ending. Because I felt it was just, I'm taking it as, okay, this is a mini-series. This is how it's going to go. You see how everything's going. I was just like, yeah, this is a mini-series. This is how it should end. This is, in my opinion, there should not be, they left shit open-ended, but just leave it like that and just leave it alone. And then you were saying some shit, because they already kind of talking, like, I guess now that it's kind of picking up on social media. I thought there was going to be a season 2 right after the end, and you were like, no, and then like the next morning you sent me, motherfucker, you sent me a link of how they're hitting that season 2. Selena Gomez says she's thinking about it, because they like, there's so much shit open for the characters and shit, and in my opinion, I'm just like, no, just leave it the way it is.
A lot of stuff in Hollywood takes place just off of the original content, but a lot of stuff from that original content, or the based content that they get it from, a lot of stuff spins off into original content. Like The Office, for example. The Office followed the UK version to a T the first season, and then after that, they started creating their own stories, which, in my opinion, is what led to it becoming a top 5 series all time. Because they went off into their own thing. This is the exact same thing here. They got all the content from the book for the first season. Now they have enough where they can move forward and get to this shooting that's about to take place. Because there ain't no reason why you got all that weaponry and the shooting ain't going to happen.
Well, we gotta.
I mean, did Alex really shoot himself, or
did what's his name? What's her name? Did Hannah leave a note?
Did he have a camera that had a bullet in it when he, hit click?
Or did Hannah leave like another tape, like you said, a lost tape?
Or did Alex leave tapes?
Whoa, I guess we gotta just wait on it. Maybe. I honestly, I don't want it. I don't want a second season. I don't want a second season. Just leave it the way. In my opinion, just leave it alone. I really thoroughly enjoyed 13
Reasons. So did I cried. I cried like 2 different times.
I skipped
when she was slitting her wrist.
I skipped that shit. I couldn't watch that.
I was like crying. I was bawling. I had to close my eyes for a little bit, and it was just the saddest thing I've ever even seen in my life.
I had to fast forward that shit.
She slit her wrist, and I was like, huh, that's how deep you have to go to do it.
Dude, what?
JC,
dude.
I'm telling you, by that point, I didn't care anymore. I was able to separate reality from fiction. This was a good message in a fictional story. So Hannah was no longer real to me. She was just an actress portraying something in the series. So when I saw it, I'm like, oh, damn, that's how
You know, some
That's
people
how
actually,
damn raw you gotta go through. Like, damn.
some people actually went through that shit. You know?
And I hope
You
they,
guys are so
I hope they
insensitive.
I know
better
he's
for it.
insensitive.
I hope they become better for it. But in this particular shit was just ended so stupidly.
So
if I gotta be the
black
one to
and
call
white.
it out, I gotta be the one to call it out. I'm just gonna call it out what it is. Just because it has a great message and it's gonna stop people from doing it, which it should do, doesn't mean that we just accept the fact that there are flaws in this damn series, writing wise. I'm sorry. I'm not
That's
gonna
just
do
your
that.
opinion, man. But
Not gonna do that at all.
maybe because I personally put myself in those situations and shit. I
detached myself from situations and I was able to get through it.
Damn, that's just goddamn, bro. Like just them hot takes, man.
Hey.
That's a scorching hot take. But yeah, watch 13 Reasons on Netflix.
If you haven't already, which I'm sure you have.
Now-
It's like everybody's
now
talking
everyone's
about it.
talking about it. And I was watching it 2 weeks ago, and I was telling everyone to watch it, and then it just started
Kids, use your
bubbling.
voices. Speak up. Don't be an asshole to people.
If you're a teenager
Don't
listening
slit
to
your
this,
wrist. Especially now that you know how deep you have to go to do it. Don't do it. Don't
damn.
shoot yourself. Don't harm yourself. Don't harm anybody.
See,
And once you do that, be honest with your fucking selves and realize that the writing in this shit was just
JC,
was
no
trash
one's gonna
at the
take
end.
no one's gonna take you serious. Everything you just said, no one's taking you
I don't
serious.
care if they take me seriously or not. Because I'm being serious right now.
I'm just telling you how people are gonna feel. Hearing what you just said,
That's
don't
fine.
slit your wrist. Don't do that.
Yeah,
that's not hard.
that's
That's
pretty
not coming
insensitive,
from your.
bro.
I'm as serious as this. Don't do it. But also, just because we know that it's a proper message that needs to be told to save lives, doesn't mean you just discredit as if this was the perfect series. There were flaws in the writing, and none were bigger than an episode.
But I feel like I feel like you're taking the flaws and it's like overpowering the message. That's what you're saying. I get the message.
We all know
but
what the message was. Don't be a dick to people. Watch what you say to people. Watch how you treat people.
But I feel like you're
I
taking.
caught that. And I'm explaining to people that that's what it is. But at the same time,
let's just move on.
11 and 13 were garbage.
13 Reasons. Watch it on Netflix, everybody. So, if we could just go out of that. Fucking. So, yeah, your girl, Kendall Jenner. What the fuck?
Who? You always say their name
Kendall
wrong.
Jenner.
Yeah, Kendall Jenner.
Kendall Jenner.
The Kardashian Empire. What the fuck? She's Pepsi and Kendall Jenner. We have to bring back a certain segment. It is the stupid motherfucker of the week. And that goes to Pepsi.
That definitely goes to Pepsi. I don't even know what to say. I don't get.
Just holler at your girl.
I just don't get how that could have been approved. Like, who watched it and said this was a good idea?
You'd be surprised.
I don't understand how. I get they said they wanted to be about unity.
Unity.
But
how the hell are you unifying a damn protest when you're already divided?
It's
Feel
just
me?
so stupid.
What the hell
Why?
were they
What is
protesting
Pepsi
anyways?
gonna be? Why would a Pepsi change anything? Like, I'm gonna give you a Pepsi, Mr. Police Officer, and now all of our problems are solved. That is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
That is truly terrible. And then they went hella hard trying to make it to be like it's diverse. Did you see the Asian guy winking at her? Like,
come
what?
on. And then
How is that even realistic?
And then she takes off her wig and then
like, you're a
smears her
celebrity.
lipstick,
Yeah, you're
and
a
then
celebrity.
she still has makeup on, so she's trying to look all natural.
She tries to be normal. Do you see how she
Yeah.
was all glammed up and she tries to be one of the people?
But she was
like,
looking
regular
the same,
people.
like, with
and then
her
there was
makeup.
like two black guys standing next to her. One was like with the
Crisscross hip-hop
jumpsuit.
shit.
Yeah, like what? Like, what are you doing? That made no sense.
And then you go, but the one
killed herself.
dude, move off that. Anyway, like I said, and then that part that the one part that pissed off everybody was when she went up to the Pepsi, went up to the cop and gave him a Pepsi, and then the cop was like, "This is pretty good." And the little Arab person was like, "Oh yeah, take a picture," all smiling, and it's like, "Oh yay!" This is Pepsi. No, that's some old bullshit. And then I drank a Pepsi.
And then you drank a Pepsi?
No, I just said that shit. No, that shit was stupid as fuck.
Well, I'm
That
glad
whole
that they
commercial-
took it down.
Oh yeah, it was on Kendall Jenner's YouTube page. Like the full version is still on her YouTube page. You know, it was like the full version, was like the 2-minute version. I saw it. I was like, okay.
The greatest response out of all of that, though, was by one of Dr. King's daughters.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, wish this would have worked when my father was.
Yeah, or no, I saw other memes when it was like a black dude was driving, the cops put him over. Like, damn, the Pepsi's in the trunk.
Yep.
Like, what?
Got another one where the dog was about to chew on dude's leg. He's like, hey, yo, chill. Hey, yo,
and they showed the one with
Jay-Z.
The one with Jay-Z was like, I know you got a Pepsi on you. I know a lot of you are.
Did you see the little baby that was dressed up as a Pepsi?
No, wow.
You never seen that? Where it's like the open bottle?
Oh, yeah. Damn.
That's just stupid.
Or, you know, and then they showed the one with the, after the United shit, they showed the United Airlines flying with holding a Pepsi can.
That's terrible. And then you see...
If only we knew the foreboding that came from that United and what took place today. Man.
So,
But, you know, and then they'll say, and I just love Pepsi's apology, saying, we would apologize for putting her in this position. What?
Yeah. The apology about your insensitivity, but you want to make it clear you're apologizing to Kendall. Of all people, yeah.
Because they paid her.
Kendall's name is
they
clear.
paid her a lot of money for that shit, bro. So
you pay me that kind of money, you can throw me on the bus as much as you want. As long as you don't expect me to return the money. Do what you want. I don't care.
And then the girls decided to post. I don't know if it was Kendall or Kylie that posted a picture of them with their like braided hair.
That was Kylie that posted that, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
What braided hair? What's that got to prove?
But people were upset because they posted a picture of their hair being braided. Like they were
throwback.
like,
it was Throwback Thursday or whatever.
But did you see how people were upset about that?
I figured they were.
Bad timing.
Bad timing. Yeah.
No, they're not really that smart.
But actually, if you think about it, that is bad fucking timing. It was an insensitive ass commercial, and then they put a picture of them with cornrows on that might have them.
Hey, we down.
Appropriating culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of pissing more people off, so I kind of saw it, but you know me, I just be scrolling. So what did French Montana do?
All right. So French Montana. I don't understand how celebrities actually search their names.
Why do people think that's lame? I don't think that's lame.
Searching their names and then reacting to them?
I don't think that's lame.
That's what happened. That's
pretty fucking lame.
So the girl basically said, does anybody even care about French Montana anymore?
That's a fair question.
Well, let me bring this shit up.
French Montana didn't take too kindly to that after he searched his name.
And what did he say?
What did she say exactly though? I'm trying to figure out.
I'm trying to look.
We do our research after we start recording.
No, I have it. It's just like my laptop is not here. She basically said,
she just asked like pretty much anybody checking who cares about French Montana, whatever.
And then Montana.
Then he just lays in.
Go to a napper-headed hoe or some shit like that.
Hold on. Let's just wait.
We gotta get our facts right.
We don't need to do no.
Everyone around the world, if you're listening to this, but while they're looking it up, I'm gonna tell y'all about my weekend. I did absolutely nothing but watch wrestling and watch Lucha Underground, which y'all should be watching. That's a really dope show. It's on Netflix. There was no movies that came out. It was the fucking... Oh, motherfucker.
Okay, hold on. I think I got it.
The fucking Smurfs. I didn't see that bullshit.
Smurfs?
Yeah, they did a new Smurfs one. Well, you'd be surprised. Hope it flopped.
I'm pretty sure it did.
Okay, I got it, guys.
Okay, back to your regularly scheduled program.
So this girl named Art Detox, whatever, says the fact that French Montana thinks anyone cares about him.
And that set French off.
French said, "You musty, crusty, dusty, rusty asshole with them nappy ass poetic justice braids. Take your cum drinking, dick banging ass somewhere."
Damn, talk about reacting. He must have had a bad day.
We clearly saw a lot of French Montana slander before
he had to have. He had to have. I don't think
that tweet before he got to it, nobody was even paying attention to it. Right. He responded to it.
Right. So he must have. And then she just ended up being the target. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be saying anything about people like that in the first place, though. So I don't really think what he said was that bad, actually. I thought it was that. I thought him saying, okay, when did nappy become a bad word?
For black folks?
Yeah. I thought nappy meant that your hair wasn't brushed.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it means, but for...
People have been using it as a derogatory term.
For black folks.
So you think that him saying nappy, poetic, justice braids is worse than cum drinking, dick banging ass?
Oh, that's all bad.
It's all bad.
But black folks...
No, but people... We don't understand it's all bad, but I feel like when I went on the internet, it was like, oh, he said nappy.
That's all he said. I didn't.
That's what people were saying. That's what it was just like. Oh,
isn't he black his damn self?
He's black. He was married. He was born in Africa.
That's all that.
He's African. His mom's African. His ex-wife is African.
Okay, so So pretty much Black Twitter got mad for nothing.
Black women got mad because he called her hair nappy.
Which was funny because there was one girl in particular who was so pissed off about it, and then somebody went and got her old receipts, and she has like 5 tweets where she's just people calling them all kinds of nappy and. Is this the same black?
Is these the same black woman that got mad at Kendrick for humble and shit? Or these
are the same. I'm pretty sure they might be the same women, but there's no receipts on them. But I was laughing at the outrage because I was under the same mind frame. I was like, just last week, y'all got pissed off for Kendrick saying embrace your nappiness and love yourself.
And now you're mad.
You're pissed off that somebody's saying it in a derogatory term. Like, you can't have this shit both ways at all.
Right. I feel like she shouldn't have said anything in the first place. The fact that French Montana cares about.
But she didn't add him.
Now for French, I mean,
she said his name.
Did she add him?
No.
So what?
So he searched his name.
So what?
But the thing that's lame. Why
are you gonna
search your name?
I think that's lame.
Especially when you.
I want to see if somebody's just talking. Someone's saying something about me. What are people saying about me?
There's major differences and timings of this. One thing I've learned from detaching from social media for that time was it's not what you do, it's when you do it.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect example. Lisa sleeps with Robert. It's not that she slept with her. It's when you understand when she did it. Lisa slept with Robert when Robert had a fiance. Now it's an issue. You see what I mean? French Montana looking for his name wasn't the issue. It was French Montana looking at his name long before he even attempted to drop the single, which came out the next day. So it's like, wait, so I can understand an artist searching to see how they're feeling the song or whatever, but the fact was you just searched your name and there was nothing to go off of. So you were clearly looking
for
to be
something.
Pissed off about something.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, when he came upon her tweet, I'm under the mind frame of he saw some shit already that pissed him off, and that was just
a tipping point for him.
Right.
You know, because I think Drake said the same shit in his interview. He's just saying, like, I can feel like the most loving, everyone could absolutely love me when I'm at the concerts and shit. Then I could go on Instagram and I'm going through the comments and I'm just like the most hated person in the world. I look on Twitter, social media, they hate me. So
how are you going to tell somebody when they should be searching their name or not?
We're not saying they shouldn't.
You're a celebrity.
Don't react.
You're probably gonna
sometimes
just don't react.
But don't react.
Because if you do
that, you think that he shouldn't have.
A lot of celebrities do that.
You don't think he should have reacted or said anything?
Because if he did,
he fell offense.
Because if he did react, then he's gonna put spotlight on that person.
He's the one that loses in the situation, not her.
Yeah, she wins no matter what. The troll wins.
She just becomes famous.
She trolled him.
Now he's brainless.
Yeah, if I shoot you, get it? Hove, if I shoot you,
you're famous and I'm the one who's brainless. It's the exact same thing.
So what the hell's a nigga to do?
Go count your money.
Yeah.
Don't go on social media, man. Like while they be doing that, a lot of celebrities do that shit. They don't do it now. They kind of while they really calm down off this shit, but like. Don't be searching your name and seeing people diss you because you know if Justin Bieber reacted to one person, that person would become famous. Or when Kaepernick did to that one dude. Remember the one dude that said he made fun of his followers and then the dude got like 3,000 followers? Don't do that. You're putting a spotlight on them. Like I remember when I be trolling celebrities back in my day. and people would react to me. I'm like, why are you reacting to me? You have millions of followers and you saw what I said and now you're reacting to me and you're putting a spotlight on me. Why are you putting a spotlight on a troll? Don't feed the trolls. That's pretty much what French Montana did. He fed the troll, and then he had to face the consequences.
He's human.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
he's human. He's just like all of us that go on social media every day and are addicted to it and want to see what people are saying. He's just human.
Yeah, he's
just
human.
Because he got money to count doesn't mean that he's not human and he wants to know what's going on. And
he should just go and bang some females or something.
Okay. That solves the world's problems.
For rappers, it does.
I mean, if you want to lash out, be more creative, too. Like,
yeah, what anyway?
You just went for straight disrespect. And you could have been funnier than that. Would have had a lot of people on your side.
It was funny.
Speaking of being petty, fucking Jay-Z wanted to be petty to all the other fucking streams and shit. When he pulled down damn near a majority of all his music off of Spotify and Apple Music. He pulled pretty much everything except his worst album, Kingdom Come, and all his collab projects except for Watch the Throne. Like that was petty as hell. I mean, they're back now, but over the weekend, I was like, you left Kingdom Come and you left The Best of Both Worlds and the Linkin Park collaboration and nothing else.
Over the weekend, I did not have 99 problems. But if I had 99 problems over the weekend,
Hov won't be one.
Jay-Z on my Apple Music or missing on my Apple Music would not have been one. Because you know what? The moral of the story is some of these artists you should have invested in a long-ass time ago.
Mm-hmm.
You should already have their stuff already uploaded in your library.
For real.
So when he takes this stuff down, and I already know going into the situation with Apple Music, he's the head of Tidal.
Mm-hmm.
So he can do whatever the hell he wants to at any given time with Apple Music.
Yep.
So guess what? I have an external drive. I backed that up in case of worst case scenario.
Same here.
Put the music on. So when people were freaking out, I was like, damn, that sucks for you. Matter of fact, let me listen to
Let
Blueprint
me listen to Reasonable Doubt right now.
Let me listen to Blueprint now just to rub
all the Blueprints except for Blueprint 2.
People are lucky I didn't go on and do like an exclusive first listen of the Blueprint. Like, yo, this shit jamming, man.
Yeah, everyone get all mad about it.
Millennials, man.
But, you know, if y'all have Hov's album, just go buy his albums. Don't, you know, it's still on iTunes. So, now we gotta go to motherfucking Troy Ave. Troy motherfucking Ave. Now, I don't like this nigga from the get-go. And when I log on Twitter, I see Yvanna saying Troy Ave is a fucking clown. And I was like, well, the sky is blue.
I saw that too, and I was like, well, I'll find out on Monday.
I was like, well, the sky is blue. And I keep scrolling, and then they're saying that he called himself the new Tupac.
Why do you call himself Tupac?
Let me get to that. So, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to watch this interview later, because I don't want to piss myself off, because I feel there's more layers to the interview, because everyone's just jumping to conclusions. So, when I get home from work, I sat down and watched the little 1 hour interview, and he was talking about when he got shot at on Christmas, and then the whole shit that happened at that club at T.I.'s concert and all that. And he seemed very paranoid. Like he was wearing a bulletproof vest, and he didn't seem as he was cocky, but he wasn't as cocky. He seemed more because he knew he's facing time. Right. So then he got to the point. Well, he was just saying, "I feel like the new Tupac," because this is how Tupac felt when everything was going down. This is how I felt. This is like, you know, I feel like this is Pac shit. Mm-hmm. I feel like the new Tupac, and then Charlamagne tried to, you know, get him to get all, oh, you calling yourself the new Tupac? He's like, no, that's not what I said. If y'all listen to me, I'm saying this is how I know how he feels now. Pretty much what he said in a nutshell. Like, this is how I feel. Okay. So social media just heard that one little part. It's like a 1 hour interview, and you know, motherfuckers ain't gonna watch a 1 hour interview to get the full context. Because I wanted to get the full context. Because if
he's still a clown.
I mean, if I would have got the full context,
did all of that. He's still a clown.
He's still at the end of the, yeah. But back then, and then, but he was talking about the whole Capital Steve shit, and he was going on a JC like rant saying that he didn't care that he killed himself. He's still a clown and some shit like that. So after that, I was like, man, I was on your side until you said that shit again. But whatever. He's Troy Ave. So it got to the point where he just said that he's gonna drop an album called New Pac.
He said that?
He's gonna drop an album.
I didn't even hear that part.
No, it came out on Instagram on Sunday. He dropped the cover art. It's called New Pac. And I was like, y'all trolled him to make that. So I'm not mad. I'm just like, you see, this is what y'all get for blowing this shit up. If y'all would have just watched the damn interview and got what he said, but you know, no one watched it, and they only saw that one little part and got angry. So you know. Whatever. Troy Ave is still a whole ass
That's
nigga.
probably because just not too long ago, or either that day or the day before, you had Suge Knight coming out saying that he was supposed to be the one that got shot by his ex-girlfriend.
Suge Knight came out and was like, I know who killed Tupac, and my first response was, this just in, black and brown men love women with thick thighs and large asses. Yeah. Who knew?
And he said in this interview years ago, he said, if you ever knew who killed Pac, would you tell people? No. Absolutely not. You whole ass nigga.
Yeah, all of a sudden, 21 years later, it changes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you who killed Tupac. Who do I look like? Yeah, I know who killed Tupac. Like, man,
it changes when you're facing life in prison.
He's gonna be facing life regardless. He's a whole ass nigga. But on a lighter note,
Tupac has his biopic coming out
in June. Soon. Yep, in June.
Really soon. That's gonna be pretty dope. That's just gonna be lit. And then he got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
First rap
artist.
Yes, good for him.
Crazy.
Good for him, man. It would be nice if his mom was there to see that, you know. Mm-hmm. But you know, she's probably chilling in Cuba with him or some shit. So if when you go to Cuba, let us know if you see Pac.
Don't waste it. They're both gone. Don't.
It was just a joke, motherfucker. Just a joke. Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Machiavelli the Don. He's now immortalized even more with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Snoop gave probably one of the best.
I didn't watch the speech. I'm going to wait till it gets on HBO to watch this speech.
He gave probably one of the best inductee speeches that a friend could give you. It was very, very heartfelt. He actually started tearing up at one point.
But he did. So, shout out to Pac. And who do you think is going to be the next rapper that's going to get inducted? I think LL Cool J needs to go next.
LL needs to get inducted.
Snoop,
Dre.
But who do you think is next?
LL.
He definitely needs to go in.
And for those who are listening, LL, what the hell is he doing?
You little fucking kids, know your history about.
Go back and learn your history. Because
I'm bad.
At a point in time, LL was the rapper on the market.
Period.
He was the top rapper at that time, and lyrically, he could back it up. Like, y'all might be fooled by these TV appearances,
and
these
the
movies,
Grammy hosts and shit, and his
and
Botox and plastic surgery.
Y'all can be fooled by that, but hip hop fans know
he's that nigga.
Yeah,
and he can still rip it if he really wants to. So don't get it twisted.
He might give you a spurt every now and then.
He could if he wants to. You call him spurts, I call it if he wants to.
If he wants to, man. Some people just lose it.
Nah, I don't think
if Pac was still alive today, I don't think he.
Well, you think Ice Cube? You think Ice Cube lost it?
Yes.
Damn.
And Ice Cube's one of my top 5 of all time.
Damn, I guess, Nick.
Yeah. That's like asking if Kobe's lost it.
Well, he's old.
It. You just get older. Yeah. What happens is you just evolve. And
so you think Jay-Z lost it?
Yes.
Ooh, that's a hot take.
Yes, he has lost it.
He will give you the same.
He will. There are certain rappers. We talked about this over the weekend. There are certain rappers who can bring it out of them for one good feature. Jeezy, Rick Ross, Pusha T, maybe a few others.
Oh, this next album, he spits his ass off.
Lyrically, on solo albums, though, he been done for a cool minute. Man.
Since when? Which album?
I would say American Gangster is the last one where I blasted. I can blast all the way through and yo, this is spitting right here.
And
you get to Blueprint 3 and you
Blueprint. Besides 2 tracks, besides Venus and Mars, which that one was trash. And what was the other one? Venus and Mars. And Off That. I was off that.
Blueprint 3 just, and then you get to Magna Carta, Holy Grail, and you
I like Magna Carta.
Sounds like an ad out of a mall.
Well, he just needed money, and he has a lot of money. You know who else has a lot of money right now? Miss Jackson. Miss Janet Jackson.
Well, what were you getting to her? They roasted T.I.'s ass.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They did, even though I didn't think it was that bad.
It wasn't that bad. It was just kids.
What I found funny was somebody tweeted out.
He went on a whole rant on IG Live. He was mad as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
It was hella funny watching that shit.
Shouts out to T.I., YG, Alicia Keys, Snoop, and all them for holding it down. They definitely held it down in his honor. Just that, he could have.
I think it might have been the Timbs.
No. We know what it was. He could have chose a different outfit because it damn sure wasn't the bandana that everybody was talking about.
It was that. It was the overall, but Pac wore it.
Pac pulled it off,
and he was skinnier.
There's a difference between wearing it and pulling it off. Pac pulled it off. Pac made it seem like it was. I'm looking at the picture right now. Pac made it look like everybody. Like, why don't you have this on?
Right.
You look at T.I. wearing this.
Halloween costume, kind of.
This nigga go in Tiny's closet? Like.
That waist.
Honestly, I saw this and I was like, this man is petty. He stole Tiny's outfit.
I just saw he was trying to dress up as Pac. That's all I saw.
The funny thing about this was somebody tweeted out and they showed the picture of both of them wearing it. And it said, Tupac, first off, fuck your bitch and the click you claim. Then they put T.I.
Oh, shit.
Foremost in importance, I express disregard for your lady love and body of delegates.
Why do y'all make fun of his wide vocabulary, man?
Because it's funny when he breaks
his wide
down.
Vocabulary.
His wide vocabulary is funny when he breaks it down to the point where you just got to do it out of respect.
Versus absolutely classical. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
But I just thought he was just trying to represent.
Yeah, he was just trying to pay tribute.
Trying to represent, but he could have picked a different outfit. Right?
Well, like he didn't show up in a bathtub with jewels all around him, naked.
Well, that ain't an outfit.
Well, it could have been worse.
I mean,
it wasn't that bad. It was. Let me look at it. You got it up?
He could have put a damn turtleneck on like they did the death row. So that's Pac's.
Okay, it might have been just a little too tight, but
keep it tight.
It wasn't that
Word
bad.
to Xavier Woods. But moving on, Janet Jackson is just a little bit more richer. She broke up with her billionaire husband.
Of the year.
But she broke up with a billionaire husband for 5 years, and she got $500 million.
I blame him.
You really think that she did that purposely?
Oh yeah.
I mean, she's Miss Jackson.
She did 2 months extra just to make sure that
she got that
$500
after million.
60 months, but she made sure to just stay an extra 2.
And got a kid out of it too.
I blame her.
So you think that she used him For a child and then guy's money?
I don't know about all that.
The fuck?
Some shit probably went down, but still, 5 years.
No woman is gonna leave. You just had a child, and then you're gonna. The child's 3 months old, and you're like, bye.
Do you hear how many horror stories occur when we're not talking about millionaires, when we're just talking about
regular ass dudes?
Shaniqua up the street, who's playing 3 dudes, and one of them gets pregnant, and one of them finds out that he's getting played, so he tries to leave, and then. She pops a hole in the condom, calls him over to sorry, they have sex, and then it's like, hi, I trapped you, now I'm going to get you for child support. Like, all
talking about somebody that got married.
This happens in marriage, too.
Yep.
That it's your 3rd marriage, you're a grown-ass woman.
Yeah.
There's some sick people in
You'd be surprised in this world, Yvanna.
Sick people in the world just don't apply to murderers and thieves.
And millionaires.
And all that.
I think it had to have been something that he did.
You don't know. But at the end of the
day,
all
I know is it's his fault because 5 years, anybody can do 5 years in a marriage.
I just hope
20.
I just hope now that Janet, she doesn't do more music. She just stays. I hope she just moves to Vegas and she just performs her greatest hits because she's one of the greatest artists of all time. No, she already dropped an album.
So
no, she's
when
done.
It flops, everybody can be like, oh, well, see.
She already dropped an album last year.
And no, I didn't even know.
Yeah, it was the one with J. Cole. The one J. Cole was on.
I had no idea there was even anything that was even produced.
Don't play dumb.
I'm telling you right now, I didn't know anything. Last I heard from Janet was she was trying to get pregnant. That's the last thing I heard about Janet Jackson.
Miss Jackson.
And then she had the kid, and I was like, okay. And then 3 months later, this happened.
Well, she's nasty. Well, shout out to Janet Jackson. She's still one of my favorites. That's Boo. Even though she's old as fuck. Old school Janet. Old school Janet's my favorite.
Janet's still your favorite after this bullshit?
Musically.
Oh, I was about to say, like...
Musically, bruh. Anyway, so... Well, the Cowboys are going through some changes. Tony Romo's going through a lot of changes. Jerry Jones forced his ass to retire.
Tony Romo pissed off a lot of people.
He pissed me off. That's some whole shit. How you gonna let Jerry Jones hold your ass to fucking, what's it called? Retire. And go into sports broadcasting.
Because he owned his terms until they released him. By the time they released him, we're 2 weeks away from the draft. There's a lot that's taken place since then.
Oh, that's fucked up. Because he didn't want him going to Houston. That's pretty much what it went down to.
There's a lot that goes into it.
You know,
bottom line is he believed in loyalty and it wasn't shown to him, just like it's not shown to anybody
in sports
sport.
Yeah,
when it does happen,
business.
It's the rarest of rarest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he retired, and then an hour later it was announced he was going to CBS, and it pissed off everybody in the sports writing world. None more than Stephen A.
I can already imagine.
Look, man, I listen to the Stephen A. show on radio religiously every week. This guy got on air, and he has No Church in the Wild as his intro.
Yeah.
And intro didn't even get 8 bars. And he goes, stop the damn music. Just cut the music. And he went on this long-ass rant about just when he thought Tony Romo was out of sight and they were done, he comes in and he's taking a position for people who's more qualified. You know, what right...
And it was a good deal, right? It was like one of those...
Which I can understand. In his defense,
yeah.
How do you become the number one lead color anchor? And when I say color anchor, that's the term they use for the anchors that provide the commentary of the X's and O's of football.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your host, and then you have the color anchors.
Yeah.
How do you become number one? You have no experience in broadcasting.
Money talks and white privilege talks.
Well, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I also side with Stephen A. on this, where it's like, you couldn't just make him a color analyst. You had to make him the number one priority color analyst. Yeah. Like, that was...
I just feel... I feel low-key, because remember he said there's a 99% chance he's going to stay retired. But then he said that one...
He'll come back in, because...
He's going to sit back and watch this shit.
What's going to happen is there's going to be quarterbacks who get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And GMs have already said he's likely the number one phone call to make after their quarterbacks get hurt. So you won't be in there for a little while. You probably get to week 7, week 8, and you're going to hear the rumors pop up about such and such team. And Jerry can't do nothing about it.
I still feel that was some... He convinced him to retire. I thought that was some bullshit. But speaking of retirement, motherfucker, Marshawn Lynch is gonna... He's pretty much out of retirement, and pretty much it's a set deal. He could go to the Raiders, and now there's a report coming out saying he made a list, and the Patriots are like another option. Mm-hmm. So...
definitely see how that goes.
Yeah, going,
love to see him in Oakland.
For the last 2 years, you know.
Whatever works best for him.
You know, and Westbrook, he made history.
I don't know if you watched.
I saw the last part.
I missed the first 3 quarters, and I saw the whole fourth quarter.
Yeah, stop playing with that pen. It's annoying me.
That fourth quarter alone should prove why he's the MVP of the year. That dude was sitting on the bench, and that damn game looked everything worse than a pickup game at the YMCA. It looked horrible. Guys were putting up shots that weren't even getting close to the rim. Nobody was spreading back on both sides. And OKC was down by 12 or as much as 12 or 13, but they kept it within 10 and 8 for a long period of time. And then Russ checks in. By the time he checks in, he's already got 9 assists. So it's clear to everybody he only needs one more. His team went damn near 11 or 12 possessions straight where they couldn't get him the assist. He was literally passing the ball, and they were either get choked up. One dude traveled, got the ball, and just walked to the rim. Another one, they were just putting up brick. Another one was wide open near the paint and put it up and just clanked off the rim and went back. So at that point, he's like, screw it. I don't have time for this. I'll get it eventually because I'm trying to win against Russell Westbrook. He wants to win. Yeah. So then he starts going on a scoring spree to try to get it. Finally, he pushes the ball down, kicks it to a wide open Christian, pops up the 3, it goes in, everybody celebrates, and then everybody's like, congratulations. But people all over social media were like, oh, who cares? It's going to be in a loss. Then with 2 minutes left,
Russell Westbrook just does a crazy-ass jump shot.
On a clinic. Shot after shot after shot. One point, and I don't even agree with this call because it didn't look right, but it is what it is. He got fouled on a play, and the ref actually called a flagrant 1 on Denver's player. So he got 2 free throws in the ball back. Well, the player went to the ref and was trying to figure out what was going on. I guess the ref told him, that's it, get away from me. Well, he didn't say anything, but he just stood there. So he gave him a technical. So Westbrook had 3 free throws, and they got the ball back. He makes all 3 free throws. He puts up a shot. They're down 105, 101.
2-ish. You talking about the last shot?
No. I'm giving you the play by to go in, so that way you understand just how magnificent that shot was.
It was amazing watching it online.
They're down 105, 103. There's 27 seconds left, and Denver does their best to kill the clock. They get a shot up, misses. Westbrook gets the rebound, calls timeout, so it's 2.9 left. Everybody knows where the ball is going to go on this inbound. And Denver, for 4 seconds, was great in making sure the ball didn't get to him. But Murray slipped up and allowed this little section of an opening.
And then Westbrook got the ball, got it,
dribbled,
popped it up.
A 30-footer. And put it up like it was nothing. And as soon as it left his hands, I was like, that's game.
In. Swish.
Went right in, and he ran back to their sideline and did one of the biggest non-dunking jumps I've ever seen an athlete do in a celebration. This dude, I've been saying all year, if they have a winning record, he can pull them to a decent seeding in the playoffs, and he's putting up good stats, give him the MVP.
Might as well.
Nobody thought he was going to break Oscar Robertson's record this year of most triple-doubles in a season.
So it was like 43?
42.
42, yeah.
It could be 43 the next time they play.
I mean, he still got a few more games.
Still got a couple games left.
He's that damn good. He needs to lead that damn team, though.
So
the Thunder.
He extended his contract.
Damn. Well, he ain't going to get no rings.
I will say this, though. As a result of this, I will no longer be bashing Kevin Durant.
Okay. Wow.
Because
let's give a round of applause for that.
Because if it weren't for Kevin Durant making a whole ass move, we wouldn't see
him shine like that.
Russell Westbrook doing what he's doing, and people wouldn't finally respect what he was doing. Because the whole time when they were playing together, as good as a tandem as they were, everybody always blamed Westbrook. Like, he's the reason why Durant can't get to the next level.
Well, he was always making crazy ass shots and bricking that shit.
But
he was doing that.
KD wasn't innocent either. You go down and watch tape while there's a lot of times where it looks like KD's just lackadaisical. So it leaves Westbrook to be like, well, if you ain't going to take cut, I'm going to do it myself. And that's what you get. The point is, he left. It opened up this amazing door for this amazing season. And playoffs are going to be cool because the first round is, in a lot of minds, against the other guy who's clearly a top getter for the MVP, which is James Harden. That seeding's already locked up. It's going to be Houston versus OKC.
So playoffs. What's going on with the Cavs? Because they've just been having womp after
womp. I'm upset about that.
Oh.
Again, for those who are like, oh my God, he's a bandwagon fan. No, I'm not a fan. I don't give a I couldn't even tell you what the hell the rotations are at this point. I just see the win column and the loss column. pissing me off because now it's looking like Golden State's going to be a clear-cut winner for this damn title. It's irritating me.
Well, all the shit you done
so
talked.
What happened to the Cavs?
They just
been
keep
losing.
Okay.
And they have like no explanation.
And the thing was, LeBron saw it coming, and he kept tell the team, "I need some help."
Nah.
He did. I remember
In
that.
In some ways, he screwed this up his damn self.
In what way?
First of all, you don't go public with this kind of stuff.
That too.
Second of all, if you wanted this, why did you wait until then to make the statement and then expect everybody to gel with these last-minute deals that are taking place when some of your core guys are still hurt? Like Kevin Love and J.R. Smith were still out when they made these acquisitions. You get Darren Williams, Derek Williams. At the time, Bogut, but he went down after 58 seconds. How do you expect guys to just... This ain't a video game. Like, you gotta gel with each other.
You've been playing too much 2K, man.
And I mean, let's be clear with something with LeBron too. LeBron is my favorite after Kobe. I will be the first one to tell you straight up. LeBron cries a lot.
A lot.
A whole lot.
He
cries a lot. There are so many times.
We know this.
There are so many times where he'll stop after and rightfully so, he'll get fouled on plays that sometimes don't get called. I agree with that. But the ball's getting drawn down to the other side of the court for a fast break. Stop crying. Go down and chase it. That's one thing else I can say about Kobe did it here and there, but it was never like every single time he got into the lane and he was getting tapped. Like, he was sprinting back, and then afterwards he'd chew out the ref. You know what I mean? So there's plenty of times you can put this on LeBron where if you stop whole crying and just chase the ball down and pretend that you're the guy with
and
the
when
ball,
he doesn't complain, you go and swat the damn ball. He's that inhuman. So,
exactly. So
I think they're going to be all right.
It's going to be interesting to see. As far as the Eastern Conference goes, I'm confident that they're going to get out. Because, I mean, you just look at matchups. Can teams beat the Cavs? Yeah. Cavs are beatable, but can they do it for a series? That's the question.
Yeah.
Because people seem to not understand there's a difference between beating a team and actually winning a series. A big difference between that. So, Celtics, Raptors, Wizards, any of those combinations, give them maybe a 7-game run? For sure. Yeah, definitely. But will I actually take it? I got to see it.
We got to wait and see, man. Well, when we go to motherfucking wrestling, DDP made Diamond Dallas Page, the original putting up of The Rock.
This
nigga.
Hilarious.
I saw it.
I listened to this live.
I saw it on YouTube when you told me about it. I looked at it, and I could tell the host was just trolling his ass. And then he just goes, "Hey, monkey!"
You gotta understand Dan Le Batard. Dan Le Batard is not your conventional.
Who the fuck is this? Keep talking.
He's not your conventional. I don't want to call him angry, but he's not your conventional radio host that ESPN would hire. Where it's constant sports. He does his own show, and they'll funnel sports in, but he likes to funnel pop culture. He's one of those, it's the show that literally sounds like it's about nothing, because they go on to the set and they're kind of just like, whatever topics pop up, that's what we're going to talk about today. So it's a free-for-all setting. So they brought Diamond Dallas Page up from post the Hall of Fame induction. Post the Wrestling Hall of Fame. They're asking him questions. Well, one question that didn't get brought up was they asked him about that. They asked him about the situation with Ric Flair and how they squashed their stuff. But what led to this was they got into Diamond Dallas Page versus Scott Steiner.
Yeah.
And there was something, you probably know, that took place back in the 90s where they got into an altercation.
Something like that.
They got into an altercation and they're fighting, and the rumor was Scott Steiner tried squeezing Diamond Dallas' eyes out.
Yeah, wrestlers are crazy, man.
And so...
And if you see what Scott Steiner looked like, he is a yoked up ass steroid.
Muscles on top of muscles.
Yeah.
His muscles have muscles.
Literally. Muscles have 6-packs.
So... They're talking through, and so then Dan asks, "Hey, so what happened with Scott Steiner?"
He kept bringing it up.
But he asked him politely. Like, he asked him just in a phrase. It wasn't like, so I heard such and such. He asked him, and then you could tell the awkwardness was starting, and so Dan's one of those guys where, he's going to pick up on it. I don't think it's necessarily trolling, but
it was trolling.
It's if you're going to have fun with it, you got to understand the show.
Well, I guess DDP
didn't get
it.
You just got to go in. Well, Diamond Dallas Page then comes up and he goes, "You're not going to get me,"
riled up.
Riled up or rapper, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So then that's when Dan comes in and goes, well, who scratched whose eyes out? Did you scratch his eyes out? Whatever. And then all of a sudden, Diamond Dallas goes, Monkey! You're not gonna... Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah, and it went black on that part.
Do you know who you're talking to? You fucking monkey. This... And the word caught onto the radio. So then I'm like, oh no. And he just keeps going, monkey. And the funny thing about it is if you watch the actual footage, they're laughing because they're thinking it's a part of the act.
Yeah.
Like they're just thinking he's in wrestling mode.
Right.
He kind of was, in a way.
And then as he keeps going, that's when they realize, they're like, oh, wait, what just happened? So Guillermo, who's filling in for Mike as the executive producer, he immediately cuts in to get so they go straight to commercial. When they get back, they're all laughing because they're like, we're just trying to piece everything together. And Allison, who's in charge of getting the talent for the show, they're like asking her, like, well, what did he say when you got back on the phone with him? She's like, honestly, I don't know what he was saying because when I got him on the phone, he's just talking loudly, he's still yelling, and I couldn't get a word out of him, so I hung up. When she said that, they all started laughing. Then they pointed out how Guillermo just was like frozen in his stance and he couldn't move, and they're like laughing at that because they're like, well, what was your reason behind it? And he goes, I didn't understand. Like, I got so afraid because I was so concerned that he was going to say something else.
Don't piss off the wrestler, bro.
No, it wasn't about that. He was concerned that whatever he was going to say was going to get on the radio waves.
Yep.
So he didn't know when to catch him in or censor it or get him out. So he just froze, and then that's why on the video
it gets black.
It goes black. On radio, it was still going.
That's funny.
And so that's why they were laughing because they're just like, so you just froze. And they're like, if you just saw Guillermo's face, and they actually showed a picture of his face, funniest shit you can imagine.
Well,
that blow-up was funny as hell.
He felt the bang!
That blow-up was funny.
Hey, man, what I gotta say is don't piss off a wrestler, dog. That's all I can say.
And then the funny thing is, so he was filming for Mike. Mike comes back the next day because Mike went to WrestleMania, and Mike's like, what the hell did you guys do? Like,
piss off a wrestler now. Well.
So there's that, and then Drake had pasta at the Curry's, Indian style.
You were so happy with that one.
All I said was, why didn't I get an invite?
Why should you?
It was a joke.
Oh.
Because I want to eat. I want to eat some of Aisha's cooking.
You ever eat pasta Indian style or any food?
I didn't even know. Was that? I've never even heard of Indian style pasta.
It's good.
Does it taste like curry?
No, you clearly missed what I was.
You
sat down Indian style and eat.
Indian style.
Yeah.
Wow.
On the floor right
and
there.
Had pasta?
I have big legs, bruh.
Wow.
So I have to curl them up.
Now look at you.
What?
I have big legs, and it's kind of just uncomfortable.
Look at you in a different light.
What do you mean? What?
So why would you do it if it's uncomfortable?
Not uncomfortable. I have big legs and shit like that. I have long legs and shit, so sometimes I can just sit.
Indian style, you don't need to sit in.
What's wrong with that?
I understand if you're in the presence of children and you're.
But what's wrong with that?
You reading a book in a circle.
Was there a video of him?
Yeah, he was sitting.
I thought he was on the couch.
He was on the couch.
Shout out to J-Rap.
He was on the couch.
Shout out J-Rap.
He was on the couch sitting Indian style.
Yeah. Okay, I don't do that. When I'm on the
pasta.
floor, I can do that, but on the couch, no.
Drake.
And he had a pillow over his lap.
Pillow over his lap, too, yeah.
Drake is odd.
Yeah, I saw that, too.
So
well, he was just eating. I don't know why they were just jumping for
Yo, man, it's playoff time. Make up your mind. You either Toronto or you Golden State.
Drake, are you dating Rihanna again? They showed up at a kid's birthday party recently. One after the other. I want them to be together.
Why?
They're just cute together. They make good music together.
They make good music, but you don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
Toxic ass relationship.
You never know. On her side, Drake probably just got tired of it.
Obviously, I don't know the insides, but outside looking in.
Well, everything looks good outside looking in. Hov and B looked good until we saw the elevator footage.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Shit's still looking good.
Let's see what else.
They've been
married. What's important about that, right?
What? Jay-Z was an ex. Yeah, he was an ex drug dealer. So
there you go.
Yeah, so you said like a little story on Twitter the other night, which I thought was funny. You told me the story, and after you told me that story, that you need to tell JC this story. So
story time.
Story time.
Yvanna's story time. It's all sit Indian style.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, so I was basically talking to this guy from New York, and I guess we had met on social media and constantly talking every single day. I liked him. I grew to like him. He liked me. And he basically was like, oh, I'm about to come out there to where I live. And I was like, oh, okay, so who are you going with? Like, who are you coming with, I mean? And then he was like, oh, me and my boy about to come out there, whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. You guys are both going to come out here. I'm not your designated tour guide because you're with somebody. So I'm not in a weird situation, right? A day before he was supposed to come, he was like, "Why? Tell me why my friend can't come." I'm like, what? Like, why? And I forget what he said. It was a long time ago. Anyways, he ends up coming. I'm like, all right, well, I'll meet up with you. But when I meet up with him, I bring my girls. I'm like, I'm not about to meet up with a stranger. I mean, although we have been talking for a long time over the phone, I just don't feel comfortable meeting with you for the first time by myself. So I called up the girls, hey, meet me at the hotel, because he's staying at a hotel. So we all go over there, meet up with him. Nice guy. He was the same as he was over the phone and FaceTime and everything. We go out, we party, whatever. That night, I guess he wanted me to stay with him. I wasn't staying with him. So I guess he had I could tell that he was a little upset, but it wasn't that serious, right? So the next day, we ended up going to like a Raider game. We had a good time. We went out, ate, didn't stay with him again. And then the next day, we ended up doing like tourist shit. Went to go see the Golden Gate Bridge. Everything was cool. And then I think that's when I kind of got irritated by him either that night where he got upset where I wasn't staying with him. And I was basically like, okay.
Like he just got started copying that attitude and shit?
Yeah, I guess he was just like, why can't you stay with me? And kind of like pressuring me, I want to say. And he was like, oh, come to the room, I have something for you. I was like, all right. So I come to the room, and then it's like a bottle of like champagne and like a rose, right? I take a photo of it, and I think we drank some of the bottle, and then I leave. then I think I posted on either Twitter or Instagram. And I was like, thanks, ? With that photo of the video. I mean, of the bottle and the rose. And then the next day, I don't answer any of his calls, right? Because he's still out in the Bay. And we're supposed to go to a Niner game, I think it was.
And you turned down going to a Niner game?
No, I think he gave me the ticket. I forget what it was. But long story short, he ends up texting me, blowing me up, and I don't answer the phone. Like, I don't want to hang out with this guy anymore. Like, I just don't feel... Like, I just felt like I was forced into something that I want to do. I didn't want to have to be your official tour guide the entire time. I didn't want to have to, like, feel... Like, if you're not doing anything, you don't know anybody around here. You know what I mean? And then to be by yourself, that puts pressure on me, and I don't want to do that. So, I end up not answering his phone calls, and he's like, oh, I'm about to catch a flight early, blah, 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 blah. This is because of you, and whatever, right? So, he does that. And then his friends decide to go on my Instagram and post the nastiest comments. You
sure it was his friends, or you sure it was like it was?
I found out later that it was his friends because we spoke. But
could have been him because he was feeling the type of way. You never know, man. You pissed him off enough.
I think he told his friends, and his friends did it. They made a fake page, and it was clear there was no photo on it, and it was like all on my. I mean, he could have done it, but I think his friends did it. Went on my page, said a bunch of nasty, gross shit to me. And that was that. And then what else happened after that?
Then that's when you said you linked back up with him again.
Oh, I went to New York and I ended up linking back up with him. We had a good time. And then we had gotten way too drunk. I ended up going to his house because so my girlfriend decides to book a place in Jersey, which is not hella far, but a good distance away if you don't have a car from New York. We go out, get drunk. We go back to his house. I didn't know where he lived. Like, I didn't know that he didn't live by himself. He goes up to he's like, oh, hold on, stay right here. I'm in the front of the door. He's like, oh, stay right here. I'm about to go clean up or something. He goes upstairs. He's making hella noise, like cleaning up his room. I could hear like every shit that he's picking up and cleaning up. His mom comes down, and she's like, what? Like calling his name, and he doesn't hear. And she's like, what are you doing here? I was like, huh? I'm your son's friend. He's like, why are you here in the middle of the night? It's like 5 in the morning, 4 or 5 in the morning. He's like, why are you in here? I'm like, we went out and we drank and we're about to go to sleep. Like, I'm staying here. She's like, would your parents think that it's okay for you to stay here? Let me give some background. This is like, he's either Haitian or like West Indian or something. Haitian. She's like a older, like, they have like my parents are old school too. But anyways, she's like, if I called your parents right now, would they think that, this was okay for you staying with my son? Do you think that's a good thing to be doing? I'm like, well, I don't have a car. I can't get to Jersey. Like, this is like my only option. I know your son, this and that. She's like, no, well, you have to go. I'm like, what?
Joke's on you.
I'm like, she's like, you have
cock block too.
You have to go. And I'm like,
sounds like a setup.
That too.
No, he came down and he was yelling at his mom at the top of his lungs, like, Mom, like, why are you doing this? Like, what do you mean? Why can't she stay? Like, he's so pissed off. And anyways, she's like, you can't take her anywhere. You're staying here, this and that. He calls up his friend. We had been with his friend earlier that night. It wasn't just me and him. It was one of his friends. He called his friend and asked him if he could pick me up. Luckily, he did, and I stayed with his friend. And everybody was clowning him at the end of the day because they're like, I don't know, just not having good luck with me. I feel like when he came out here,
you did him dirty.
I mean, I felt like he thought I did him dirty because I didn't sleep with him or stay with him. It was just like I felt like I was in a fucking weird situation. I don't know. But anyways, me getting kicked out of his mom's house, like I've never even. That was just like it's like 4 in the morning. Like, why would you at 5 in the morning?
Because
why would
she
you
don't
do that?
know you.
I don't know. I don't know. But he still hits me up now. Like, he still wants to hang out and all this stuff.
Did you make it clear with him saying, I don't see you that way?
I thought he should have known from the first time that I never did want to do anything with him. We were never official. I feel like he put me in an awkward situation from the beginning. Like, you're supposed to come with your friend. I should not have to be the person that's showing you around and having to spend all this time with you. And I did my best. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't do it the last day. I'm like, nope.
You could have.
I got things to do.
Could have just told him, like, yeah, I got shit to do. So he just kept blowing up your phone.
No, I just didn't answer the phone.
And that's how it gets worse.
Well, and all I had to do was delete the comments.
And then he just kept blowing up your phone. But, used to that.
I guess.
But...
Interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. When she told me on the phone the other night, I was like, oh, this is funny as fuck. Let me hear JC tell this story. And then JC's just chilling here like,
I thought there were going to be plot twists.
I thought that too. I thought it was more funny when she was telling me on the phone. Well, probably
maybe.
Yeah. So what do you want to know this week?
I want to know 2 things. One thing is, how do you guys feel about Willow Smith's boyfriend?
Not boyfriend?
I guess, yeah. He doesn't want to accept gender roles. He classifies himself as a non-gender. And, he wears makeup, and he just doesn't want to be called a girl or a boy.
New generation.
This thing, what's the next question?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I think that.
Yeah. I don't know how to respond to that. I can't even
respond educatedly. I'll maybe look it up over the week. I can't promise that.
Me neither.
Right.
I can't.
I think just people are just trying to be different these days. I think people are just really lost, and getting lost is
getting lost. Yeah,
more lost
in
as
the
time
sauce, bro.
goes by. But you know what MTV did for their music awards? They're not going to do gender role specific categories. They're basically going to be like, oh, best female actor or whatever. They're not going to have
so it's just
gender.
One
it's just
best video, best singer, just all that shit.
Yeah, it's not going to be gender specific.
The VMAs lost its muster a long ass time ago, to be honest.
It's
not the same, but I guess that's a good idea, but
They're just gonna try it out. I just feel like people like, what's wrong with being a girl or a boy or with these awards? What's wrong with?
Because everyone wants to be accepted for one. They don't want gender roles. They want to be accepted as one. I guess that's probably the answer to your question. That's just the Will Smith kids. Besides the oldest one, that's not what that Will had with the other chick. Jaden and Willow, they're just weird. They're just too damn weird for me. So they always do shit just for, I don't know. So she's with somebody that's not a male, not a female, maybe an alien. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know. That's just, when he came out, he had a penis. That's a dude. But no, I'm not a dude. I'm not a woman. I'm just.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah. That shit irritates me.
That don't make no damn sense.
That shit irritates
Shut up
me.
with that shit. Weirdos. What's the next question?
Next question. Why most of the time I feel like black people don't tip? Do you guys have a reason why, or know a reason why you think that?
Because we're cheap.
It depends.
Everybody's different. I didn't tip today.
Okay, why?
Because I was cheap.
Okay.
Now, do I do that all the time? No, but, the service was kind of bad. She took her sweet ass time, and I just felt like being petty, and I was in a rush to get back home, so I just paid up and left.
So what if the service is good and do you usually normally tip?
Yeah, of course.
Of course. So most of the time you tip.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like most black people don't tip.
Do black people tip you?
Most black people don't tip. I'm not talking about just me. I work in a tipping industry, bar, service thing. Mm-hmm. And if you're going out to a restaurant where people prepare food for you and service you and stuff, yeah, you should tip for the most part. I get it if you don't have good service that you don't tip. But let's say, I feel like a lot of times it's because they don't have money, or people they just don't have money. But I feel like if you don't have money, you shouldn't be going out to a restaurant. You should be cooking at home. Or
what if they don't have enough money to cook or get groceries?
It's cheaper to buy groceries than to go to a restaurant.
That too. That's true.
So the same $20 you don't pay for a cheeseburger and a drink.
You can do
a lot with $20 at the store.
True that. That's true. Well, I know this one story. Should we tell that one story about your girl that worked the Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so apparently, you can tell the story. You know her.
I don't know most of the story. She told you, and you told me.
But she told both of us. Well, when Jay-Z... apparently...
She explains it because I was driving.
That too. Anyway, so Jay-Z, she's a server, she's a bartender, and it was during the Super Bowl, and this is when Beyonce performed and all that, right? Mm-hmm. So Jay-Z and Beyonce came into her restaurant or whatever, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, Jay-Z and Beyonce!" So she served them or whatever. So then Jay-Z, during when they were there for hours, and they were just getting shot after shot and just drinking and shit like that. So then when the night was over, they left, and they left a tip. How much do you think the tip was?
How much is the bill?
It was thousands of dollars. I don't know the bill, but it was a lot. It was in I think 5 figures. How much do you think they took?
5 figures. I don't know.
Make an educated guess.
$100.
50.
Huh.
Yeah. No, not even 50. It was even less than that. I think it was it was around $50. Yeah. It was $50. Only it was a $50 tip. And
she was there for hours?
That's how she described it.
Damn.
Yeah, I only left a $50 tip. And I was like, that's hella black. And all this money them motherfuckers make, Jay-Z and Beyonce and his whole crew, all that money he makes, they only left $50. Cheap
that
niggas.
Sucks. Especially if you're there for hours.
Drinking.
Because that's a long time to be there. And if the bill...
She said Blue was acting up.
Yeah. And Jay-Z said, "Yeah, go do this, and now you get whatever. You sit here, you can do whatever. I buy you whatever you want," or some shit like that.
Huh.
But that wasn't surprising because, like
that's
said,
surprising.
That's not surprising.
Jay-Z and Beyonce?
And they black.
I don't know. That's surprising to me.
I mean, at the same time, when they give charities, they only give not even $20,000. They only give $5 million or whatever, not $20 million or $50 million. For all that money they make, they're cheap as hell.
Anyway. That's so surprising to
me. Well, some celebrities are cheap.
I tip, unless you give me a reason not to tip you.
That too, yeah. Or late with my food and just being taking a long ass time.
When I drive Uber, I don't expect to be tipped. I just expect you to have common sense when you get in my car.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I speak to you, speak back.
Exactly.
I don't look to have a long conversation with you unless that's what you want.
Right.
But I definitely expect you to get into the car. Whatever. When I ask, how's your morning go? I expect that in return. Whatever. Like if you're giving me one-word answers, past or for my initial 2 or 3 questions, I'm not gonna give you a 4-star. Because I'm like, first of all, you don't pay this damn car note. I ain't your damn chauffeur. Mm-hmm. So if I'm asking you a question, it's just common courtesy. If I ask you how your day's going, why wouldn't you ask me how my day's going?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm damn near ready to kill somebody, or I'm suicidal, and I might just drive the damn car off the cliff. Like, why would you? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so you had people that won't ask you?
Yeah, they'll just be quiet, or they'll give one-word answers to just basic stuff, and I'm like, 4-star. Or I've had people who they'll wait like literally last second, the latest second from that could possibly determine a car accident or not. Oh no, wait, turn here. I'm like, oh cool, yeah, that's 3 stars. Because you had all this time during the 16-minute ass ride to let me know, yeah, at the end of this ride, instead of going left, go straight. But no, you wait until the last millisecond.
Nope.
Are you supposed to tip Uber drivers? I thought that was included.
No, that's Lyft.
You said Uber.
Uber, there's no tip. That's why I said I don't expect tips driving for.
Oh, okay.
I said,
really?
But I do expect
then now I know, because I thought that Uber, it was already
No, Lyft is the only one where you have the option to tip them. If you want to tip Uber, then you gotta have cash on deck, which doesn't make sense to me at all. It's like I've had many passengers say, "Damn, if they had the option, I don't have cash on me, but if they had the option, I would have tipped you." Like, yeah, I know.
I thought it was included, in the price.
Nope.
Nope.
I care less about that because I go for the incentive goals, so I don't need the tips. Like I just go for the goals for the week.
What do you get out of that?
Depends. So like you give a certain amount of rides. Like this week, it's like 50 rides for the week is an extra 165.
Okay, so money usually. You get just more money.
I care less about the tips. I just care about rides.
Well, to answer your question, Yvanna, some black people tip, some people don't.
I know a lot of white people who don't tip.
That too.
I haven't really experienced that at all.
I know a lot of assholes niggas like restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's your house.
Maybe because I don't hang around with white people.
It's very rare when I go out with people who are assholes. That's any ethnic background and gender.
Yeah. So.
No, I get that. It's like there's white people that don't tip. Mexican people, there's everybody that don't tip, but in my experience and people that I've spoke to my entire life, most of the time black people don't tip. Most black people do not tip. And I just want to understand why.
Black people don't pimp. Pimp it ain't easy. Tip it ain't easy. Tip it ain't easy. That'd be a good title for this shit. But yeah, for me, I tip whenever I can. That's if I have enough money or not or whatever. But yeah, I tip.
Okay.
But yeah, any other question?
That's all. There was only 2.
Okay then. So I'm gonna be very careful with my soundtrack of the week. So yeah,
Did you play it already?
No, I didn't play it at all.
We're on deck.
For now, but it's gonna be anonymous. He dropped a new video this week, and he's on the road with Andre Nicotina and shit like that. So kissing babies, fucking bitches. It's anonymous for you. But what's the song called? Is it By Myself? No, it's not By Myself. Yeah, this is it. Nope. Yep, this one. So, this is called Never Be Late. This is off Coffee and Kush Part 2. And he did a video for us, so look for it on, the YouTubes. And he's working on the root of all evil. Has some weed shit into it because he's a fucking pothead. But yeah, it was anonymous.
I just want all that I can get though. My business model is my motto when it's get dough. Dollars on the fifth floor, product on the bottom one. Lookouts on the rooftop, watching for when cops will come. Used to pull the Mazzy up. I ain't had no fucking L's. Did my dirt all by myself, so ain't no way nobody tells. Feel like ain't no way I fail if every day I make a sale. I need to start a digi company. I'm sick of breaking scales. I'm sick of counting ones, man. Shit, I'm sick of rolling weed. Real, don't get me wrong, I'd stuff penny rolls if I need to buy a bag of trees. Rapid feed on the street,
Hey,
never
that's
stand.
anonymous. That dude. Never be late. Don't be late. And if and it's on. I don't know. This is like independent, so he can't be that much of an asshole. He better keep this shit up. Who's next?
I have mine ready. If you guys don't know, Frank Ocean has a radio show called Blonded.
Oh wow, I was gonna use that song and I changed my mind at the last minute. High five.
And yeah, high five. He has a new song with Jay-Z called
And Tyler the Creator.
Yes, called Biking. Yeah.
I'm gonna talk over this shit because
we don't want part 2.
We don't want part 2 to get yanked down too. Hope spit on this shit. Well,
he did. I liked it. I liked his verse.
Tyler did. People say it sounds like he delivered it on an iMessage. I mean, that's because it sucked. When he jumped off pop style, he gave Arby 1 bar. And then he went to Frank Ocean.
I like how someone was like, Frank Ocean text Jay-Z, like, the song's called Biking. And then basically Jay-Z did a whole, everything he talks about is about bikes.
And then pretty much he's saying it was
like
about
has
pussy.
wordplay.
That's what he was thinking. Like academics said it was about pussy. Biking.
What was?
The song's about pussy.
Jay-Z's verse?
No, the whole song is about pussy. He's just making up shit. He's just making up shit. Backflips.
That's a full cab and a backflip. Sidebar.
But Frank Ocean's been dropping hella dope shit, man. First Slide, and then Channel. Chanel. I don't know. I like that song. I don't know why you don't like that damn song, bro. I love it. But,
I loved it enough you would pronounce it correctly.
well, sometimes I have a lazy ass tongue. So
Channel has 2 N's in it.
shut your ass up.
We know that because we have not called Channel 1.
That's it was spelled differently. It was
It's spelled correctly. Channel.
With 2 N's.
Pronounced Channel.
with an A.
This is Chanel.
Chanel, like the fucking fragrance.
There you go.
Anyway, so what's your shit?
Well, in honor of Mr. Tupac Shakur,
Careful.
this is one of my favorites. A lot of people won't know this record because it's a deep record cut.
What's-
Actually, it came out
what-
after he died, so a lot of people won't know
On
it.
what album?
It was a soundtrack, and then it popped up later on. Let's play it.
Oh, that's not a deep cut. Oh, if
It
you,
is a deep cut because nobody knows about it unless you heard it on the soundtrack.
we talked about it on the fucking podcast episode.
We talked about it. Not a lot of people.
Oh,
Not a lot of people know this song.
that's only if you're
I
stupid.
tell people all the time, yeah, Staring Through My Review is one of my favorite Tupac songs. What song is that?
And who were they? They're probably little.
Why does
names.
everybody have to have like the same growing up as you do? Like some people didn't grow up on the same. Why do I have to be stupid?
No, I didn't say stupid.
You just
Did I just say
said
stupid?
yeah.
Oh.
You think everybody because they're not up on what you're up on that they're stupid?
Not everybody's big Tupac fans like us, and even the ones that are Pac fans aren't like hardcore music fans like us.
Probably gotta listen to it a lot. Got a point.
Like if somebody asked me about science, I wouldn't know any damn thing about
Like,
science.
oh, you're stupid.
But that's their passion, so.
True. That's one of Pac's best ones. What do you think about the new trailer?
I'm ready for the drop to see what it is.
They casted.
I'm done.
Castings.
I'm done with the trailers now. Like, let's just get to the film.
I just wish they would have got the guy who played Suge Knight and Straight Outta Compton to play Suge in that one. I mean, they got the guy who played Biggie, so you might as well get the other guy.
Yeah, but he wore out his welcome in this show anyway.
That was, fuck that movie. Fuck that voice. And there they go. Let's see. So, yeah, hopefully y'all don't take us down. So, just had to write out. Wow, just shout everyone out. So, this is episode 37 of the iLLogical Sense podcast. Thank you all, again, for listening. Thank you for listening all over the world, Craig. And so, this is Mr. Busby. You can follow me on Twitter, Mr. Busby408. And, you too.
I'm Yvanna. Follow me on Yvanna Mama.
Everything.
On Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of that.
I'm back. They see no hundreds.
And don't be insensitive about, 13 Reasons Why. Because JC gave you 13 Reasons Why he loved it. And then a few reasons why he hated it. So,
I gave you 11 reasons why I loved it.
11 reasons, but the other two reasons.
Why it was garbage.
Yeah.
A strong message. Everybody should pay attention to the message.
Message! So,
As far as the actual story arc goes,
but you know what I gotta say to all that?
Peace.
Yvanna?
Fuck Jed York.
No, you're supposed to say ye.
Oh, yee. The fuck?
See, and just for that, fuck Jed York.